What's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel One Man's Walk. I am your host Gamal, back at you with another one. So what do we have for you today? Just finished watching the latest Verzuz. This is Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday. BeBe and CeCe Winans, Mary Mary. Let's get to it right after this intro.
Clean your house music. You can clean to.
Welcome back. So like I said, BeBe and CeCe Winans, Mary Mary just had their verses. Easter Sunday, Resurrection Sunday. Happy Resurrection Sunday, happy Easter Sunday to everyone, by the way. If you're new to the channel, let's get a little housekeeping out the way. If you are familiar, you guys normally know that behind me, I normally have the latest video that I recorded up. The latest video is the Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt. But the reason I don't have it up and I decided to go back to something I haven't done in a while was put up the family pic. Believe it or pop, this is my wife's actual business. And so very proud of her, very excited for her passion that she has for it. And I figured I'd wear this and then showcase her behind it. So that lovely woman right there. And then as you can see, we're kind of in a garland. I think a garland is what it's called. I'm so bad with those things. But those balloons, my wife actually made that for my children's school for a turkey trot walkathon type of thing going on. So it's pretty cool, very exciting. So I wanted to wear the shirt in support of her. Believe it or pop is a business. I will link it. You guys can probably see some videos or something playing as we go. But to get back to what I was saying, if you guys have not already done so, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. That way you don't miss any of this amazing content. As I stated, the Jay-Z video was up. I just recorded the Jade Horizon 5s. I will be posting that up soon. The 500 Yeezy blush is already up. The Yeezy Desert boot will be going up soon. And I started doing some snippets of full albums. So as I do the full album, I then turn around and do a short of it. So plenty of stuff for you guys to check out on the channel. Hopefully you stick around, you enjoy it. But let's get back to this Verzuz. So again, this is Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday. For those who don't know, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ has risen. And on today, we do celebrate it. And so it was really cool to see a Verzuz. And really shout out to Swiss and to Tim for putting it together. I knew this was not going to be the typical Verzuz. You guys have seen I do cover a lot of the Verzuz. I think I've been covering them since the Dipset Locks Verzuz that I went to personally. And then obviously like the Fat Joe Ja, all the way through the Music and Anthony Hamilton. All of those are listed. You guys can check all of those out. But I knew that this was going to be a different Verzuz. Obviously this was going to be more of a celebration. Two amazing groups. Gospel artists, as well as bringing awareness to the fact that Christ has risen. I knew that it was going to be a different type of Verzuz, like how we got when we got Kurt Franklin and Fred Hammond as well. And so I did know that going into this Verzuz, we were going to try to get, there was definitely going to be love. There was definitely going to be compassion. There was definitely going to be camaraderie. We knew that it wasn't going to be a bunch of foolery going on. We knew that they were going to go there and I don't want to say know how to act, but we knew they were going to go there and want to really celebrate Christ first and foremost, and then celebrate one another and their accomplishments and what Christ has done through them. And so I knew that going in. I was excited. I do want to be honest. While I am familiar and know both of those individuals' groups' music, my favorite personal gospel artist, who I do hope, I don't know if they have the records to do it. I think Tasha Cobbs does, but Tasha Cobbs, Donald Lawrence, Kurt Franklin, who did have a Verzuz, Travis Green, William McDowell, William Murphy, those are my favorites right there. So those are the artists whose songs I play a lot. The Mary Mary ones, obviously, the big records, Shackles, Heaven, The God in Me. I completely forgot, I will say this, that the very last song that they ended with was the I can't even think of what top it is off the top of my head. But that one record where they, you know what? Let me just look it up because I should have just knew this. Oh, the record I was talking about. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? Wow, the concept behind it, I do love. The actual song sounded like trap music to me. I'll be honest with you, I was never into it. The God in me, I always thought was fire. Heaven was always fire to me. Shackles was really good. Believer, I really like that. I don't remember hearing that. So a lot of the records that were album records to me, I was not familiar with. I was really happy because the BeBe CeCe Winans started off with I just wanna be close to you. Love that record. I have that song back way early when Apple Tunes first came out. So I had a great affection for that. I did think, and I don't know if I missed it, one of the things that happened, and you guys let me know if this happened for you. So I don't have social media, right? YouTube is essentially all the social media I have. And so there was a ton of times, and this is the only time I have watched almost all the verses, almost all of them. I've watched all of them, but almost all of them. This is the only one that kept cutting off on YouTube saying that it was copyright infringement or whatever the issue was. And so the stream did not have access to it. And I watch them on the actual Verzuz TV. So I'm not going on like a secondary person on YouTube who is streaming it from their IG or their Twitter or however they're streaming it. I am literally getting on a Verzuz TV. And there were definitely a few times where it cut off for a whole 5 minutes at a time. And so you guys let me know if that was happening to you. As that was happening, all I laughed and said to myself was, somebody was just about to get saved, or somebody just got saved, or whatever. We know the devil's the prince of the airwaves. And I just feel like on this Verzuz, because there were certain times where the young ladies in Mary were saying, man, this record really hit me. And every time it hits me, it makes me lose out on just, I'm no longer focused on the song. I am now in worship because the words and what's being said is now starting to get into my spirit, and I'm really trying to commune with the Lord. And so I feel like somebody somewhere, I don't know where, I don't know who, but somebody somewhere was being affected by the music. Someone who might not have been saved, who might not have known Jesus, who needed to know Jesus, and it kept cutting out. And I just found that crazy. Not crazy. It is supposed to happen, right? That's what's supposed to happen. Lord trying to do something, trying to touch lives. Swiss and Tim putting it together so someone could be touching lives. And someone might have wanted to give their life to Christ. And hopefully they still did before the Prince of the Airways came in. I do want to say I thought that they were very cordial with one another as I expected them to be. It was very nice. It really felt like a celebration. My wife is a big fan of Kev on Stage. She's always sharing things from their podcast with him and his wife, or she's showing me things, again, kind of social media, what's going on Instagram that he's done and stuff like that. And so getting him to host was pretty cool as well. I was not familiar with the DJ. I will say that. So the DJ who started off, wow, he was playing a bunch of good records. He kept saying, do you remember this? You remember that? But then he was only playing stuff from like 2000 on. He didn't give us nothing old. He gave us one old record, one John P. Key record. I think it's Jesus is Real is what he played. But he didn't give us a bunch of like older stuff. He didn't give us any of that. He gave us a ton of stuff from Kirk Franklin. He tried to throw in a little bit from Ty Tribbett and things of that nature. We didn't get no Israel and New Breed. That's also one of my favorite groups. Shout out to Israel Houghton. He's amazing. I love Israel and New Breed. But he didn't give us any Israel and New Breed. We didn't get any Donald Lawrence. We didn't get a ton of gospel artists. Like, there were so many gospel artists this guy could have played. He didn't even give us nothing new. Like, man, I mean, again, Travis Green, William McDowell, William Murphy, Tasha Cobbs. Like, the list is on and on. There's so many artists he could have went to that he did not give us. Patrick Lundry, he could have thrown in there. Like, I mean, it's just so many different names. So the DJ was cool. I felt like he just gave us a couple things and from a couple artists. It was like that was all he knew or something. I don't know. But I do like, too, that Verzuz, which has typically been going off the rails as far as all of the additional acts and all of the lateness and all of the extras that come with it, these DJ battles, there was none of that. it said it was going to start at 9:30. At 9:30 it started, and the DJ played a couple records to kind of get the mood right as people were still filing into what was looked to be set up like a sanctuary within the church. And then we had Kevin on stage who came out, and then they got right to it. And at first I was like, BeBe, what you doing? Because it sounded like, BeBe kind of came across like, hey, man, don't matter what they play, we going to hurt them today. But then he softened up, and I liked how there was camaraderie and that they were singing each other's records and helping each other sing. I was tripping off of how CeCe had the phone out. Like, she was like, listen, man, I got too many songs to be out here trying to remember all these lyrics. I wasn't even mad at her, man. And then, but there was definitely records from CeCe I thought we would have gotten. I thought Alabaster Box, I do not recall. If Alabaster Box played and I missed it, please say something. If I Thirst for You played, I don't remember hearing I Thirst for You. Again, I had full segments where like the sound completely cut out. So like if Alabaster Box played, if Thirst for You played, please throw it out there and let me know. I was hoping to get a guest feature or two. There was no guest features. I really wanted to hear Marvin's record. Let me pull it up. Why can't I think it off the top of my head? Draw Me Close to You. I thought he might have come out to give us a little bit of that. But I think when we definitely got into the second half where the records that I was 100% familiar with Mary, and they were going back and forth with BeBe and CeCe, and there was no pause in it. They were just boom, boom, boom. I thought that was really good. The energy was really great. I thought it was a really good Verzuz. Even still, maybe because they're not two of my favorite gospel groups. I know for other people might love them a little bit more, but they were both really good. I enjoyed myself. I had fun watching it. You guys let me know, what did you think? How did you guys enjoy it? Did you have a favorite record? What records did I miss when it cut out? Was it cutting out for you guys if you were watching it on IG or Twitter or the Triller network app or the whatever? So you guys let me know. But as always, I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, productive, stress-free day, weekday, weekend, whenever you're listening, however you're listening. I thank you for listening. Till next time. I do want to say, so this is new, but this is the outro. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I thank you guys for sticking out to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Stick around for some of the other content that you see up right now. As always, I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, productive, stress-free day. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post bell notifications so that way you don't miss any of this amazing content. Share, share, share.